The divine has got a hold of this right now. They have put it on hold. This person needs major healing. And things like that energy that I read earlier on of having that really huge pain body inside themselves, that overthinking, that negative, like I said, everyone's got that negative like saboteur. I've heard people call it the demon. I've had all sorts of names for it over the years, but theirs is enormous and it keeps them stuck. And this doesn't happen overnight. And the divine will not let this person near you until they've done their healing work. And that is up to them. It may not be this lifetime. It might be. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Future possibilities for reconciliation. Yeah, you haven't had the last of them. They're on their hermit's journey. They need to go within themselves and heal this. And it's in reverse. That's really positive. I think they will get into, I was feeling that. Look at that on the bottom. Divine timing is at play. They will not, and the divine comes, they've got magical ways of doing these things, but it really, really, really is true. The divine will not let this person near you until they heal through this triggered state. So this is the problem. You could be with the most emotionally available person at the time, telling you they love you, telling you you're wonderful, you're this, you're that, whatever the case may be. But if they've got major childhood trauma and they've got a tendency to really like run themselves down, which is what I'm feeling in your person, there'll be something that will trigger that. And it triggers their nervous system. So as much as they're trying to show up and they're trying to be that, the minute they feel overwhelmed, rather than like a healthy partner, go to their person and go, actually, I'm frightened. I'm feeling uncomfortable. There's, this problem in our relationship. I need to resolve it. Like, go for reassurance and to soothe each other. They just shut down. And maybe that's what happened in their childhood, like with their mum or their dad, or, it is that. So as much as they can show up as that really, really emotionally available person, the minute something triggers their nervous system and they feel scared and overwhelmed, that's their go-to. I'm going to shut down. I'm going to cut off. I'm going to avoid. I'm going to throw myself into work, drinks, drugs, like whatever it is, play set, like whatever it is, whatever their vice is. And that's what's happened here. And unless they can show up as that healthy partner that says, I'm really struggling right now, this is what's going on in my head, and you can talk about it and accommodate what they need and reassure them and soothe them, which is such an important thing in a connection, it's not going to work. And you'll hear from them in a few months. But they need to get out of this mental prison, blaming themselves for everything, thinking they're the worst person in the world. They need to heal through it. The trouble is, anyone can show up in that way, but the minute the nervous systems, there is possibility, there is communication. You've got a Knight of Page later on, but I would stay in stillness. I would cut access and let them come to terms with what's happened, what they've done. They need to learn the effect that their behaviour, when they're triggered, has on other people. Because to you, it's cold, it's cutting. To them, it's like, I feel unsafe, I need to push away. And it's almost, I don't want to call them selfish because it's a coping mechanism and they're not intentionally being selfish, but it is selfish, if that makes sense. But it's definitely not intentional. It's just a really awful coping mechanism that they've learned over the years, but they don't understand the impact that it has on you. They don't understand how that affects you. Seek healing. What wonderful advice. And you do have accept responsibility. So this is a bit of a hard one. And everyone tends to, right, well, they did this and they did that and blame and blah, 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 blah. Relationships are two people. is always, even if you're like, well, they did all these awful things, take your 50%. But if they've been an awful partner and it's 90, then take your 10% or your 5%. But it's always two people. I remember a HR lady said this to me. It's their version of events, your version of events, and somewhere in the middle is the truth. And it is so true. Go, do you know what? I don't beat yourself up about it. Should have done that differently. Like, take your lessons from this connection. What would you do differently next time that you've learned from this? Because it's important that everyone in our life is a teacher. Everyone, like, I honestly believe like we're in like a big school, and every single person is meant to teach us something. And even if it was just a couple of things, actually, I shouldn't have done that. Don't beat yourself up, you're human, but take that to your next relationship and go, actually, I want to do things differently next time. I've crashed again. Right, here we go. There is one very important question that you need to ask yourself when you draw this card. What would your current situation look like if it were healed? Close your eyes for a moment and visualize it. I love this card. This is beautiful. It's important to get a clear picture of it in your mind's eye. Drawing this card suggests you're in a situation that needs healing, and that healing has actually started. You're further than you think. However, you have to believe in the process to complete it. What might be very painful now may become much easier quite soon. The most important thing is to work through your emotions rather than denying them. That is how healing will be brought about. Talk through issues, work on chakras will also help, clearing out any emotional or energetic debris in your aura. To do this, simply put on some uplifting music, sit, close your eyes, and imagine yourself under a column of blue and gold healing light. This is so beautiful. Set the intention that your energies and the situation you're asking about will be healed. Healing is at hand. That's a good practice, actually. Anything can be healed, Spirit's saying. Hold the vision of the situation being healed. The more you think, oh God, that, I guess you're kind of like negatively manifesting that in, you know. Make I am healed, my life is healed, and so it is your motto. Best days are coming, heal your feelings, heal your life. What a wonderful, wonderful card. I'm just going to get you a couple of messages and then I'm going to do some charms. I've put them around here somewhere. Oh yeah. Get you 3 message cards from your person. What would they say if they could? Some of these are advice actually as well. Give me 2 more, please, Spirit. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, the link is on my profile. Oh, I've not seen that card before, even though I've had these about a year. Hope shapes your future more than pain ever could. Hang on. Get a couple of these as well because these are more advice. Pain fades, but love teaches. And love can mend the deepest wounds. Let's just get you a couple of these because I just realised these are more advice cards. 3 messages. No one compares. No matter how many people I meet and experiences I have, there's no one that compares to you. Spoiling you. I want to give you the good life. I want to spoil you with gifts and trips, everything you could ever need or want. You deserve nothing less. And your perfection, your beauty amazes me. I'm not sure how I attracted in someone like you, but I'm forever grateful. And I'm going to do some charms. I'm running out of time. It's going to cut off in a minute. Okay, I just paused to pull them because of time. So we have L, H, C, Q, V, S, E and U. Got 24, could be an important number. 24 for the 2nd, 24 for the 7th, 27th for the 4th, 22nd of the 4th, 22nd of the 7th. I've got messages coming in quickly. It's not ready. If this does come in soon, it's not time, but that is my charm of that. The month of August could be important, or the number 8. Got a little boy, you could have a little boy. And I've also got Aquarius, Aries, Taurus, Sagittarius, Cancer coming through. I'm going to leave that there. Love and light.